right, guys. It's grand finals time. PiGosaur weekly number. Are we 82? I think we're week 82, 83 maybe? I think we're 83 now. 83 PiGosaur weeklies. Beyond in the bottom left, Command Center gets forced off location by Creator's early Probe Scout. Creator has gone, looks like a Nexus into Cybercore. I love it. Nice economic opening. And BYUN's going to go Marine first here on Lockdown. Very standard openings, right? Nexus before Core, Gate Scout, or maybe even later than Gate, actually. This was kind of a late Scout. And this was, of course, a very standard 1-Rex expand. So nothing crazy to begin. It's been a bit of a speed run to get here. BYUN speedrun his semi. Creator seemed to speedrun his semi, even though it was a very close series. It was over pretty quick. So that's what kind of surprised me. These probes just waiting for an escort to the natural. Now the Stalker's out. The natural's finishing. They will rally down there. Big thank you, Willie. Hey, big appreciation on the subs, Willie Nelson's headband. You guys want to support the channel, we appreciate it very much. But yeah, special thanks if you help us fill that tip goal today. Really helps us continue these tournaments. And big appreciation to everyone who's been tipping, subbing, cheering to help us do so. You guys are legends. Twilight Council hidden as far back as possible. And I don't know about you guys. There's a space here. That space looks oddly Dark Shrine shaped, doesn't it? I don't think he's planning to put a Dark Shrine there. But like, it just looks too convenient. I feel like, as someone who's a bit more pattern recognition based, he might just go, oh, that's just too nice to squeeze a little Dark Shrine in there. Who knows? Maybe. BYUN is going for a Widowmine drop. It looks like Hellions driving in as well. It's all good special. Hey, no worries, bud. I mean, don't do it again. But yeah, I know you haven't played in a while. So I used to get really annoyed at players for thinking it was a best of 3 when it's a best of 5. And it's been a best of 5. Because there's guys who would play, like Hero would have played 3 months in a row, best of 5 every week, and then he'd be like, oh, all right, I won. And we're like, it's only 2 games. And he's like, oh. I'm like, it's a best of 5 every week, Hero. What are you doing? And that's totally fine. Shame you did leave early, but it is what it is. Shame the Bio Army snuck around your setup in that game too. You were in a pretty good spot, but that little hole in the vision beyond sneaking around you, unfortunately, undid all that hard work. Nice little drop coming in. It's going to try and attack the pylon. Widowmine will be a bit of a trap, but actually that probe... Oh! Creator pulls the probe back because he doesn't know the Widowmine's there. If that probe just went a little bit further forward, that would have been so much better for him. Now he loses the probe, the Stalker, and the Sentry, not to mention the pylon. Excellent opening pressure here for BYUN. Engineering bay there as well. Second barracks coming down. I think, does a factory swap off now, or does he just keep building tanks? Looks like he's going to keep building tanks, respecting the threat of Creator's blink aggression. Now, I think this is suboptimal. And the reason, guys, is he's seen a quick third. There's no way Creator's playing 4-gate blink. If Creator's not playing 4-gate blink, he's just going to play ultra defensive. Creator's a very greedy defensive Protoss player. So I kind of feel like you don't need to build more tanks. Now, obviously, maybe BYUN's point of view is, I want 3 tanks for the push I'm going to do. I want to siege them here and then, you know, blow up your Colossus or whatever you have with them. But generally, against a defensive blink player, if you can skip tanks, get your bio out faster, that's usually where most of your power comes from, right? You can just basically get on the map, steal map control, start dropping, start hitting everywhere, stim shields, concussive, and medevacs. The earlier that hits, the stronger. And he is now swapping it off after just 2 tanks. Chat says he loves doing this 2-tank fake move out. Yeah. I mean, if you can scare a Protoss and keep them guessing, it is very nice, but Creator's so passive, he hasn't even seen the fake move out. And that's it's kind of hilarious. I think BYUN probably was hoping he caught an observer there. 3 Stalkers still in position. BYUN keeps poking in and poking out, going, okay, as long as the Stalker's there, I'm not going to commit. Observer will see the army gathering in the natural wall off. I'm going to send 1 Marine Scout out. Could see that observer if he's watching. A Widowmine here as well. You can just see how passive Creator is. And yeah, there's no Forge, no Robobay, no Templar Archives. Is Creator just going to do a Gateway Man timing? Every second that goes by with no Robobay or Templar Archives, no Forge, it convinces me more and more that Creator's going to go for a big Gateway attack here. With a few Sentries and an Immortal, it looks like that's the case. Dude, he never blinks forward. I don't know why. He could be getting free volleys on these Ravens this entire time. Oh, gotta pull back the probes here. Right? Oh, he's going to just keep mining in the face of it. Crazy, man. Hey, only loses 2 probes, no stalkers. That's totally fine. Very little damage. 3 auto turrets is a lot. Stalkers do get a volley on the tank. But look at this, BYUN pushing into a Protoss player who was planning to do his own big timing. Oh, I think Creator just read this perfectly, knowing that BYUN was going to push into him. Catches the tank. Luckily, BYUN keeps all of his bio alive. He's just waiting for that combat shields to kick in. It's almost there. Oh, he does escape the charges. The force field's not quite trapping many of those Marines up front, only a couple. And it looks like BYUN is down in supply. Can he hold on? Just feels like he's so outnumbered now, doesn't it? Obviously, no Forge, no Robobay. They just now go down. Creator has an absolutely wild Blink Stalker count. 16 Blink Stalkers. And he's making mass Zealot. I don't think BYUN can defend this. BYUN is just so outnumbered here, and Creator with a massive army. Libs aren't quite ready. Good micro back to the choke point here. Stalkers don't really stand that much of a chance against those units. Raven's going to come in. He's going to throw an auto turret up the top. We'll get a couple of probes. Nothing too crazy. Looks like 3. Does he get a 4th? Oh, he does. 4 probes. Very nice. Almost not worth pulling probes away at all in that case, since you just left targets in front of it. Talked about this many times. Pros will often do this. They'll run away from an auto turret and leave gas workers in range. Almost never a good choice. You might as well just sit there and not disrupt your mining if you're going to give away that many probes. It's just kind of muscle memory habit, I think. Kicks in poorly. Force field on the ramp can be deadly on this map. BYUN pushes down. He's got to be a bit careful. Ooh, the sentry does pick up and save at the last second. Nicely done. Third command center could float out. Supply is competitive between both sides. Units lost tab is 1,200 in favor of the Terran. Fourth Nexus is coming in. The first Colossus is almost out. Still no extended thermal lance and a little bit of money starting to float. I gotta say, Creator's got to keep an eye on that macro. There we go. Starts chronoing extended thermal lance, but it's a really slow upgrade. 100 seconds. Pig, if you did the Dark Shrine like you wanted, it would have blocked the auto turret. You're absolutely right. What a noob. Creator. Could have blocked that auto turret with a Dark Shrine. Smart move. Bio moving around the south side. Zealot sentry starting to rotate. There's no stalkers here, though. He's out of position. Oh, and these libs. Oh, man, the sentries! Dude, Creator taking a real derpy fight. The Raven may be distracting him. I don't know. He's derping out a little bit here. Oh, this position for BYUN. What a push! Creator is like, I can't fight it. I need to fight it. I can't fight it. He's losing so much infrastructure. He's losing pylons, gases as well. That brings the total probes up to 9 killed this game. Oof, not a single SCV has died. BYUN in control of game 1 of this finals. Zealot drop's going to go in towards the natural. Massive bio armies right there. As long as BYUN reacts quickly, he should be fine. Indeed, he does. Zealot's not microed, so they do just derp. They don't get anything. Actually, the Prism gets left behind a little bit. Like a few Stalkers derped into the lib zone. They die. 2-2s on the way for Terran. BYUN is now out of the woods, out of the dangerous period of the game. It's Creator, struggling on 3 base. Oh, every sentry just died to the Widow Mine in the lib! He just lost all of his sentries! The Bio happy to retreat. Why? Half of his army's at home. No reason to fight with only half your army there. And he gets 3 probes with another auto turret. Colossus unable to defend that. Does not attack fast enough. Is Creator maybe a bit rusty? I haven't seen him play in a while. If you watch the Korean tournaments, he's been playing. The Creator for a while has been, I would describe it as Omega tilted. There's early in the patch, remember when all the Terrans were turtling to late game? Even though we knew Protoss still had a good mid game, Creator would get ahead in the mid game, but he would be so afraid of the Terran late game, where he would basically just A-move Zealot, Stalker, Colossus into like the worst possible fights repeatedly. And just like, he had so little faith in late game, you could tell he was just on tilt. And just playing, he'd play great early mid game, and then he'd just be like, I must kill you. If we go late game, I will lose. And it was like, you'd watch him just chase through fields of Widow Mines, Bio Vikings, stutter stepping backwards, picking off unlimited units. It was kind of wild, the night and day. You'd see a switch flick in his brain where he'd say, I don't have faith in late game, so I'm going to throw massive advantages in my games. Now, since then, he's actually evolved good storm usage, good disruptor usage. He's gotten really good at like using multiple splash forms. He's mixed in DT sometimes, so he's got a much better late game than he did at the start of the season. But it was, I remember just watching a few games like that, like against Percival, where he was miles ahead, and he would just headbutt his way to doom, and it was very sad to watch because that doesn't happen except when a player's in a bad mental spot in a matchup. So he's been playing a lot, but he hasn't been finding as much success. And that's got to be hard, got to be weighing on him a bit. Creator I always describe as a player who's best when a patch has been out for multiple years. Give Creator the exact same version to perfect for many years. That's where he's at his best. BYUN here, really pushing through. There's still 2 Colossus up north. The Vikings a little slow. There's EMPs on just everything, and I think this was the right timing. 2-2 upgrades against only +2 attack. The Colossus on the right side at least got gunned down really early. And I think he must have had an army supply lead going into that fight as well, right? Yeah, you can see he's up 20 army supply as this fight starts as well. Really nice game there, guys. For BYUN, massive ghost count, double upgrade advantage, hits just before Storm comes in, no disruptors. Great play. All right, guys, we've got BYUN on the bottom right side of the map. Up against Creator in the top left. It's at Eternity's Edge, and BYUN gonna do a 1-Rax expand yet again. Looks like he feels confident getting to the mid to later stages against Creator. I think Creator, that game kind of came undone when he let BYUN push on his third base, right? That position with the libs and the bio was just too powerful. Needed to get his army together in front. It was a pretty massive commitment to Blink Stalkers, though, with his Zealot aggression. And I think it was okay, even though BYUN out-traded him defending that push. It's kind of interesting. Nexus has not gone down, guys. So he's going to go Cybercore into Nexus. Dude, you could not be more paranoid than Creator. Creator sends a probe scout and leaves a probe here, looking for engineering bay block for 20 seconds straight. There's safety, and then there's like Creator and Showtime who are like, I must hedge my bets, but I'm still looking for an insurance policy on my insurance policy. And I'm like, okay, guys, like you don't have to be this safe. Like you can gamble sometimes. I'm pretty sure Creator and Showtime, like other players meet up to like, you see Hero and Dark after a tournament, and they're like flipping coins for money, like they're like flipping a coin for money, like $100 on heads, $200 on tails, no! You know, they're just gambling like mad lads, and you see Creator and Showtime are just hanging out discussing insurance policies. They're like, but what if they go Hellion drop? Yes, well, you can get a 3rd shield battery to be extra safe against that. It's different styles, man. Styles make matchups. BYUN, classically a more aggressive player, but it's interesting how he's choosing to play a bit more of a standard, ultra defensive opening, because Creator's so defensive, he figures I can out-greed the greedy player, because you're going to be playing safe. Can you go 3 command center? If I was playing a word association game, someone said Creator, I would say shield battery. Yes, back when the battery overcharge is in the meta, Creator's TvPs basically always involved him hugging his expansions, kind of like in the final fight of that last game, and shield battery overcharge, leading to really clutch defenses. There's always Colossus, Stalker, just hugging shield battery defense. He was a master of utilizing that shield battery overcharge. He was so good at it. We were talking about what BYUN's fantasy island would be like, guys. I was saying it would have a shooting range where you get to cosplay as a Reaper with a jetpack jumping up and down a cliff while firing handguns at targets of drones and probes. But I like this from chat. They've said there would also be a challenge bot on the island that tells him every tournament that has a prize pool available at any time. For those who don't know, BYUN is famous for you could host a tournament for $13 tomorrow. Only post about it in a Platinum player's Discord server. As long as it's open eligibility, he will somehow find out about that tournament and be signed up within 16 minutes of you posting the challenge bracket. If you post a challenge StarCraft tournament, then BYUN will be signed up for it if there is any dollar value associated with it. BYUN's idea of practice is playing 16 tournaments a day for 14 hours straight. BYUN raided us today, our stream. Start of my stream, guys. Very start of my stream. He'd already streamed for 6 hours. My stream started at like 7:30 my time, 6:30 a.m. Korean time. So he's been streaming from 1 a.m. till 6:30 Korean time. And now he's playing a tournament. It's now midday Korean time. That is the obsession with grinding, streaming, and playing StarCraft tournaments that BYUN has. An absolute legend. Interesting shade. Okay, Blinkstalk is going to move out with an Observer. This is, of course, a 4-gate Blink, but it's not the most aggressive one. Like an Observer coming behind it. Actually, it's a pretty crisp timing. It's actually a very crisp time. This is kind of like shades of parting here. He's going to be blinking in at 5 minutes. Oh, God. Ooh, technically this build is very weak right here before Stim and Shields is done. It's a narrow window, 20 seconds. 20 seconds to get work done. You got to pull SCVs. You got to pull some SCVs. One Marauder's already down. Great focus fire for Creator. But he sees the third command center. And oh, he blinks everyone out. Way too passive. Way too passive. Creator absolutely should have committed more there, guys. And if he blinks in, that's crazy. Stim's almost ready, but he gets the Marauders, so it's fine. I can't believe it. He was prioritizing warping in, but oh, here come more Marauders and Marines with Stim. The SCV's pulling a little bit late. You need to keep your Marauders alive. They're your firepower, but he's already lost most of them. Another Marauder pops out. It's going to Stim into the action. BYUN realizes he's got to Stim and bring every Marauder to the action. The moment they pop, the Stalker's going to look for them. They don't quite have enough to one-shot that Marauder. The Stalker count going down. You can lose like 20, 30 SCVs and be fine here because that third Nexus just now started. But you can see the SCVs and the Marines will take care of these Stalkers. It's going to lose at least 2 more, probably 3 more. That last Stalker should escape. And indeed it will. But that's it. There's a very narrow margin to do damage with 4-gate Blink. And he should have stayed in the first place and then just kept blinking back individual Stalkers. There was no reason to pull out on the first wave. But Creator's treating this not quite like an all-in, but not too far off from that. He's going to start picking up these Stalkers, trying to save them. He's doing good SCV damage. He could transition this, but he's not started charge. He's not probing. And Creator needs to be probing right now. He starts a few probes. I'd love to see charge begin. He's going to go for one more wave. Things could turn really sour. BYUN is keeping SCVs pulled. And oh my God, the SCVs are blocking. But he loses 3 Marauders to the first 3 volleys. Very good focus fire here by Creator, man. And good Warp Prism pickups at the end of the day to try and save some more units. Brings the SCVs kills up to 20 total. You can see 19 only show up in the units lost. That must mean that BYUN accidentally clicked on one of his own Stalkers at some point. That's the only explanation for that, guys. That's the only way you have this disparity between these two numbers is BYUN killed one of his own units. I didn't catch it, but those panels do not lie. Observer does go down. Prism's going to go in the main base. Marauders with Stim. You do not want to really be blinking into these again. Creator's acting like he's going to, but behind it, he's going 8-gate charge. I think he's got a pivot splash, and I think he should kind of not ever make another Stalker until he loses a ton of these. This is so many Stalkers on the map. All right, he's going to get a few SCVs. Good harassment there. Yeah, could have maybe got another Marine or 2 there. Combat shields means you need 5 Stalker shots, not 4, to take care of those. 4th Nexus goes down. Robobay, Forge. He did keep BYUN pinned at home for long enough. It looks like it worked out, guys. I was worried that he was losing too many Stalkers and stuff, but 20 workers seems like it's okay. When you've got a 20 worker advantage afterwards, right? That seems more than okay. Seems kind of amazing. But BYUN is a very good StarCraft player. He's building tanks. What? Why would you build tanks 8.5 minutes into the game, guys? And there's a heavy Stalker count. Tanks do well against heavy Stalkers. It also could be BYUN indicating he knows he's not going to have Vikings in time for Colossus push, so he just wants to build a few tanks and turtle on 3 base. Try to get a 4th and just play for ultra late game. Like non-stop tank production, it's kind of past the period where you can do a good tank push. In which case, tanks are basically just, I am going to sit at home with tanks behind ledges and on cliffs and just not die. Problem, that gives Creator a chance to take the entire map and go 80 probes. But Creator's not scouting right now. Doesn't have hallucinations. He's only got 2 observers and they're kind of just chilling on the map. Like, he's not checking what BYUN's up to. And I really think he should be either hallucinating or sending observers in. Something like that. He's going to go 2nd Robo, 2nd Forge. He's on already 71 probes. And he does take a 5th gas. 5th gas, 5th base. Armory coming in here for BYUN. Could build the 2nd engineering bay as well. He's already built that. Oh, Stalker's out of Colossus coming forward. Medevac's going down. Oh, another medevac falls. The Zealot Stalker Colossus trying to chase here. It's a nice catch. I like that Creator's bullying BYUN right now. BYUN's already behind in this game. He's got these 2 tanks. Like I said, he wants to just not die. He could do it, but he's got to get out in front. He can't let the Zealots charge on the tank. His bio needs to get in front. That's why he stims so early there. Probably too big of a stim for what was a very light poking harassment. You do not want to stim this bio again. You have to pull back as BYUN. He just wanted to get value out of the stim. That's why he chased. I like this tank positioning though. It's gonna give him a bit more reach. You can see these 2 tank radiuses. It's just gonna make it a bit scarier. 3 tanks are now up. You can't let the Zealots get on top of the tanks. You want the Zealot charge to finish here or here, and then you stutter step backwards and the Zealots walk forward, getting gunned down. It's very important when you're defending a tank position to think about how Zealot charge works. If those Zealots can get right up in the midst of your units, you're going to friendly fire with tanks unless you're really good. I mean, you can retarget. You don't really want the Zealots hitting the siege tanks, though. And you don't want to just sit there and let the Zealots get on top of everything. You want to be stutter stepping away from them. So just one of those things where you want to be a little in front of your siege tanks with the bio, but you also don't want to put your bio so far in front that the Colossus get free pot shots every time they poke in and out. There we go, Colossus there as well. Disruptors are building. +2. Got Prism is coming in right now. We've got an extra gateway coming in. Pig, is it you who hosts and organize the entire tournament? So Stegosaurus and Pig are the 2 of us. Stego's a legend. Hold on. We can answer that between games. Oh, look at that building placement. He says, come and fight me in the choke point, idiot. Now, Creator does deny some add-ons there, which denies the Viking production. Is it worth sacking that many Zealots in a prison to deny the Viking production? Because now there's no answer to the Colossus. But the thing is, there is. He's got siege tanks. I think BYUN's fine. Not having Vikings is really bad if you don't have the siege tanks. With siege tanks, they outrange Colossus and do massive damage to them. I think the tanks make it okay. Yeah, you got to rebuild the reactor, float that guy over into that reactor as well. But I think he's all right. 2-2's on the way. Creator's at 79 workers, but I think he hasn't played a super dynamic style. I kind of wish there was a few more Zealot run-bys and things, and I'd like to see him just shove in here and try to overwhelm this army. BYUN's very paranoid about his 4th. His 3rd's actually very vulnerable. He won't see you until you move over that line. And there we go. He could just take the command center out. Just click it. Blink forward, click the command center. Would be an easy snipe. He has 21 stalkers. He's stopping a killer gas in a depot. Creator. He didn't know the army was so far away. That's why he was so cautious. We knew the army was all the way down here. Misses an opportunity. Command center would have been a big snipe. Oh, here we go. Vikings taking big damage. Bio trying to start a step backwards. The Immortal's there as well. Planetary there. 2 command centers there. +3 as well. Dark Shrine also. Ooh, the Bio takes some big Colossus shots, trying to dodge the Disruptors. He's looking for that Disruptor value. The Stalker count is so big, though, and that's only useful once you get rid of these tanks. If he can rotate down here, blink on this command center, that's where the Stalkers are good. Right now, he's looking for those Disruptor shots, but he can't quite get in tank range. Creator committing a lot. He's going with Zealot DT! YOLOing DTs and Zealots into the fight. Creator the mad lad. His balls whiff. He's damaged all the tanks, but he's not killing any. And he gets chased back. I think Creator, oh man, he's got to rotate his army. He's got to get around to this side. He's got to try to get another Prism in the main. He's got to be, he's got the whole map. He should be playing more dynamic. He's trying to just bash the front in. And to be fair, it might work. BYUN keeps moving out of position and giving him an angle. The command set is vulnerable. The Disruptor goes forward. It's damaging the tank and Marauders. It's not killing them though. He's got to keep this alive. Observer goes down. The tanks smashing these Stalkers. And remember what I said about Creator headbutting? He's just headbutting the same angle. He's got to rotate around the left, blink forward, kill the sensor tower, pull back, take a few tank shots. That's fine. And he's got to rotate between these angles. This looks like BYUN should be able to stave him off. If BYUN can survive, he's in a good spot. Creator had a massive lead earlier in this game. Will he convert that into a win? Or will he throw the game, attacking an angle that's no longer working? It's so well defended by siege tanks. And I think BYUN, I think he's held now. Maybe. His Vikings are gone. The Colossus is still there. Maybe, maybe not. I mean, there's so many bases for Creator to take, but How's Creator's transferring of workers going? Pretty good. He's got to transfer off this base. As I say it, transfers. Perfect timing. Creator's macro is very good. The command center is being repaired. The bio needs to get in front. The bio is not even fully healed. This time the zealots do charge a bit deeper, but the tank's pretty good at scaring those Colossus away. If you stay in tank range for long, these tanks will ruin you. 4 kills, 11 kills. Bunch of good tank kills there. Extra command center is building. I'd love to see, like at this point, Creator's got it. Slider Prism in the main army rotates left. When he scrambles his army down here, maybe try to poke in there. Send a ton of zealots into this base after his bio chases you to the left, because then the tanks could get killed by zealots. Like, Creator keeps attacking the same angle from slightly different variations, but he might bust it. He's gonna get rid of the tanks. He's gonna get rid of the tanks. BYUN was trying to load up a drop. BYUN getting smashed. BYUN getting smashed. Oh, he lets his guard down for 1 second. Creator says it might not have worked the first 17 times in a row, but that's exactly why they won't expect it for the 18th time. And he catches him completely off guard. BYUN's like, you can't possibly just try to bash through this same angle again. There's no way. There's no way you're going to do that. And to be fair, he'd been worn down. I think even though you've traded 5,000 resources better, he was so far behind from earlier. And you can just kind of, he wasn't losing his important tech units as well. It was mostly just zealots. It is just, I'm on 6 bases. You're on, yeah, you've got a 4th up, but it hasn't been mining for very long. I just have more money. I have 18 gateways I can reinforce quicker than you. Essentially, as much as I was going, oh, he's headbutting, it was an effective headbutt. GG. All right, guys, Creator in the bottom right side of the map. BYUN in the top left. Now, BYUN is doing a cheeky single barracks proxy marauder double gas. This normally, what you've seen here as Creator would be a Reaper. You are not expecting a marauder. You're about to find a single marauder, and then he's going to rally Cyclones or Hellions. I think Hellions. Now, the question is, does he proxy a starport as well? Is he going to try and build a bunker? Single barracks proxy bunker as well. Okay, probes are going to get pulled here. 4 probes, 1 stalker, 1 zealot should beat this away pretty easily. You just can't let the stalker die to the marauders. That's the threat. That is the real big threat here. 1 probe already getting low, but the SCV dies, which means now you've just got to defend the pylon. You defend that pylon, you are okay. With 2 stalkers, you can easy beat 2 marauders, but the probe returning home does die. It's 3 marauders now. This is a very interesting game because it's such an oddball build order. There's a starport, a reactor coming up behind it. This is a pressure. This is not an all-in. BYUN is looking to disrupt, to disturb Creator's opening and mess with him. Gets himself 2 stalkers for 1 marauder. He's going to lose the second marauder, but gets the concussive as the extra marauder comes in and they double team. That's what marauders are best at, guys. Let's just say when a marauder sees a stalker, him and his buddy think, Eiffel Tower? That's right. They high five and they do double team that stalker. But the zealot is actually really good. It's not armored, doesn't take as much bonus damage. It does a lot of damage, and it looks like he's going to get that kill with the zealot. The marauder will be able to kill this stalker, but the zealot gets quite a few hits in there. Oh! He's going to lose the marauder as well. Look at that. He just got sliced in half. That marauder just got sliced in half. That's one of my favorite death animations. It's a rare death animation. We don't see that one enough. A slow zealot chopping a marauder in half. Very cool. At the end of the day, as the dust settles, is that enough damage, guys? I don't know, man. Units lost is in favor of BYUN, but there's a natural mining for Creator. Creator's tech is very delayed, but nonetheless, he's got map control. He's got 2 stalkers as zealot. He's got 3 gates. And BYUN basically needs to find some damage with the 4 mine drop that he's going to go for, I think. Otherwise, he's in a fair bit of trouble. Thank you so much, Larry Sellers and Willie Nelson's headband. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. Hey, thanks for the tips, guys. This is one of these weird builds. It feels like this command center being late should put you so far behind against Protoss. And yeah, I know, even if you just deny like 10, 20 seconds of mining time, don't get supply blocked at all, hit good macro binds, it feels always like there's still a scary timing in the flop. He's going to go lib tank. There is a reactor, pumping Marines now, but he's always behind on bioproduction with a build like this where you got to float your barracks home. 3 mine drop. Yeah, I did leave 1 Widow mine at home just to have a bit of security in case there was stalker pressure. Alright, gets himself 4 probes. And only takes minimal damage on the medevac. No blink done. Very nice. Command center floats to the natural. You can see how oversaturated that main is. Engineering bay does come in. I don't think you can really afford +1 this early. I'm pretty sure that engineering bay is a... Oh man, I'm worried he might be going DTs. Because I'm not building a Raven with this build, I feel like I need it. Of course, BYUN's build order is definitely very peculiar, so it also could just be a factor of he figures, hey, let's, I'm figuring it out on the fly. My build order is just not that good. You know, it's not optimized. I haven't done this build that many times. I'm trying something new here. It's best of 5. We've got a little room for error. Unfortunately for him, the lib already shows itself. So these stalkers will just wait. And what you want, guys, is you want to hide the stalkers, and as the lib starts sieging, that's when you show the stalkers, so that he's already committed to the siege animation. Take him a few seconds to siege, a few seconds to unsiege. By that point, he's dead. Widowmine drop comes in now from the left at the same time. Ooh, Widowmine gets a stalker in the middle, not bad. And he's going to do some nice mining time denial here. Will Mr. BYUN? I'm surprised he let that fire. Could have changed targets a few times. My expectations have been ruined. I've watched too many Clem games. I always will sit there for 5 minutes microing that. Oh, damn, that lib got a few probes. Okay, not terrible. I think he got a stalker as well. 4 stalkers in total have gone down. Oh, 8 probes now. So I think 2 or 3 more went down on top of what the lib got. Okay, very cute. BYUN being really annoying, isn't he? And that's your goal, guys. If you're being a bit of a D-head, a bit annoying, that's generally what we consider the goal in StarCraft. I've been using the analogy a lot, but I'll use it again. StarCraft is like playing piano side by side with someone else. You're both playing piano, but you also have the option, and it's allowed in the rules, for you to pick up a hammer and try to break the other player's fingers in the middle of the song. So it's a mixture of you trying to, you know, play the best music you can, manage your macro, time your upgrades correctly, execute the build you want to do, but then also sometimes just prioritizing picking up the hammer and smashing your opponent's fingers actually gives you just as much, if not more, rewards than hitting your own really good build order. I feel like Pig would be a Dark Elder player in Warhammer 40k. I mean, I love a bit of torture as much as the next man. It's funny as well, because people are like, oh yeah, you know, they added the Dark Elder to Warhammer 40k because they wanted to explore the darker side of emotions, humanity, and our deepest, darkest desires. And I'm like, mate, you can cope all you want. We all know they made that because they just wanted to have a faction of dominatrix girls. Like, they're like, we want elves, but in dominatrix gear. That's, like, let's be real. That's, in the room, when they came up with the Dark Elder, that was the initial conception. Everything else came after. Don't lie to me, guys. Stop coping. Tank sieging up. Colossus need to pull back. Sentry's gonna go down to that tank shot. Bio coming forward. Oof, it's hard to defend. This is a really good tank push for BYUN. Zealots, charge not ready! Slow Zealots, oh no! I feel like this is like the 3rd time today I've seen a Protoss player just not have charge in time. Dude, Terrans have got so good at finding this window. Look at these 3 upgrades that aren't finished. Protoss is like, can you let me finish these 3 upgrades, please? Charge is the most important. Charge was... that's just a huge mistake. That should have been finished. Stalker's not in position, but this is the 2nd time in this series he's let BYUN siege up on his 3rd with his Stalkers massively out of position. Creator has to fix this. He's giving BYUN chances to get such good positions on him. Nice game 3 for BYUN. All right, guys, we're on Lumen. BYUN on the bottom right side of the map. He's going to go for a double gas build, and he's going to put that command center up here and mine this out from the backside. I love this build order. I think it's really good for this map. Unfortunately, Creator is not going to take advantage. This map is, in my opinion, this map is massively Protoss favored. I've never lost a PvT on this map. I've played a ton of PvTs on this map. There is a gold base right here with 4 mineral patches that is really easy to take, and a good 3rd. I know it's a dangerous 3rd, but a good 3rd if you play aggressively with 3 gold minerals in front of it. It is almost impossible for a Terran to keep pace with a Protoss who actually takes advantage of the map and takes the gold bases. I'm very confident about that, guys. I think this map is broken in PvT. Yet twice today, we've seen the Protoss player take the Virgin base and the Terran player actually be smart enough to take the gold base, even though it's much harder for Terran to defend than it is for Protoss. So I gotta say, I'm very critical of a lot of players and how they play this map, man. I am super critical of it. Yeah. We were just talking about jerry-rigged versus jury-rigged, guys. Apparently, a jury mast is a temporary makeshift mast erected on a sailboat or ship to replace an original mast that has been broken or lost at sea. So that's the original term, origin of the term jury-rigged, meaning a temporary or improvised fix. Yeah. So I was saying for the longest time, I always thought it was jerry-rigged that everyone was saying. I was like, jury-rigged. That's not a thing. I was like, a jury is like a bunch of people who decide whether you're guilty or not. I've watched Law and Order. I know how the law works. They asked me to do jury duty one time. I said no. I am not an employee. I can't be replaced. My stream can't happen. I asked them if I could stream the trial. They said no. I was like, dude, this would be sick. I'm just there like, chat, is this guy guilty? Put ones in the chat if you think he's guilty, two if nah. Yeah, they said that was not going to be going down, apparently. Would violate rights or something? I don't know. Something stupid. They had some dumb excuse. SCVs here are going to go down to that side. We've got 2 barracks. 3rd barracks before starport. Engineering bay as well. Wait, you can just say no in Australia. If you have a job that can't happen without you, if you're like an individual contractor or something, yeah, you don't have to do it. You can't ruin your career. It's not like they make you ruin your career. The thing is, if you work for someone else, then it's the employer obviously is just meant to like get a replacement for you, and you know, it's fine. But you know, if you work for yourself, obviously you can't be replaced. Or if you're like a surgeon doing life-saving surgery, they're not going to make you go and do jury duty, you know? Tanks in bio gathering. I do like that gold base boost. Now, there is 2 gold minerals, which patches added to this map, I think, quite recently. I don't know, I've never taken this expansion on this map, so I believe he added it recently. But this gold mineral boost is really quite impactful, guys, and feels like a very solid setup where, yeah, he delayed his starport, so BYUN's not got any aggression. And yet, Creator's only up 7 probes. His 3rd is not that early. He played super safe with this shield battery. So I feel like there's not a lot of pointy, sharp edges to Creator's build. I don't think it's the worst build, but I think it's not... I'd like to see some, you know, a bit more ambitious play on this map. Now, that being said, he was crushing the last game, but you just can't be letting your opponent rotate around and push you on your 3rd without you spotting it. That is just... To have that happen 2 out of 3 games, game 1 and game 3, Creator has just let BYUN's army waltz across the map, siege up on his 3rd, and then Creator's been totally out of position for it. Stalker's coming forward as well. +1 Colossus charge, all on the way for Protoss. He's also built another shield battery. Creator loves shield batteries. It's one of his favorite things. BYUN's not started the 3rd command center. We're getting closer to the 7-minute mark, and if a Terran hasn't made a 3rd by 7 minutes, they are almost certainly going to commit incredibly hard to the push. I mean, he kind of has to already. How much he's already committed. Gets the Observer. Nice play there with the Cyclone. I think he'll build a 3rd behind this. But it is still a very big army. Only 2 medevacs, though, and he's only building 1 more. Ooh, that's kind of unfortunate that he doesn't have enough gas to build another medevac. Okay, he realized. BYUN knows how important it is. He's like, yeah, I don't want to be pushing with just 2 medevacs. Look at this. Nice move forward for Creator. And Adepts for Vision. Oh, the Adepts for Vision is so good. Creator's very annoying with his Adepts. He's really good at just constantly using those shades to see what you're up to. Kind of like a mini revelation, you know? Tanks moving forward. Bio trying to spread out. We've got a 3rd command center coming down on location behind this push. It's a lot of Colossus Sentry. BYUN has to just take a very careful fight. If he shoves into this, he could get annihilated. Like this ramp, this is unpushable. This many sentries, Colossus force fields, BYUN realizes, and he immediately just picks up, runs away. It's like, okay, back into a defensive stance. And if you chase into this ledge, these tanks are very well placed. All right, so BYUN's got +1 attack. He hasn't made +1 armor yet. You can see he's going 5 barracks. He's got the eBay there, so he can start that armor when he remembers. He's already into Viking production off just 4 medevacs. And Creator, he's kind of stopped at 57 workers. He's going to take the double rich gas base in the worst position you could ever imagine. You guys know I've explained to you guys purple gas. So have you guys ever seen a cat with catnip? Pro gamers, when they see purple gas, are basically your pet house cat when it sees catnip. If they see a double purple gas, pro gamers, even though this is obviously an indefensible base that is completely worthless and all it's going to do is get you killed, they can't not take it. Pro gamers, oh my god, BYUN! He realizes he's not looking and he just clicks! BYUN! What the hell? Are you teabag? He saw the Creator split his army and then he wasn't watching. Creator thought he was going to go drop up north and BYUN sees it, so he just stims, runs in there, clicks with his important thing. That is the most Terran maneuver I've ever seen. If you guys have ever watched me playing against Terran players on stream when I'm a bit tilted, you will hear me say a lot of things about Terran. And the one thing I'll always say is there's one skill all Terran players have. It's the most important skill to being a Terran. That is clicking with your ding-dong. And that's exactly what BYUN did to massive profit there. The Colossus, #1 goes down, but the tanks are all gone. You know what? He might have thrown too much of bio away. Creator's going to punish him here. Taking out 10 SCVs, a lot of these units. Nice play for Creator. And now he's got a base that's literally 6 inches from your base. These two bases are touching tips right now, guys. It is about to get very, very claustrophobic. If either side wins a game, they deny the other's base. This is an absolutely insane expansion location. And you know what? You might as well build shield batteries. You're right. You can heal while attacking his base. If you build shield batteries here, you can heal while attacking his base. It's kind of insane. Second eBay Armory comes in. Ghost Academy as well. Only one Viking, no tank, which means the Colossus is a nightmare. 9 range Colossus with good micro. Creator can just chip in him here and bait these stims. I think Creator's going to do really well. He hasn't been able to take the double gas, guys. You might be wondering why. Reason is he's busy fighting for his life to defend a base that he had no business expanding to. I think he's winning, though. I actually think Creator's winning, even though he's down in supply. If he can take those double gas, he can just make Archons at a higher rate than BYUN can EMP them. I know that sounds kind of silly, but he literally can just mass Archon and, like, spread them out a little, and I think he'll smash. Yeah, I'm getting pushed back here. Zealots coming forwards. A lot of Widowmines get setting off for just a few Zealots there. Nothing crazy. Oh, look at this. Widowmine. He's defusing all the Widowmines. What is this? What was that? The Locker or whatever? Was the movie The Hurt Locker? You know, this is that, man. Creator just came in there, he defused all the bombs. No care. He's just like, it's fine, we'll get rid of all the defusey things. We'll get rid of all the bombs. Whatever, man. Second starport on the way. Creator struggling on gas income right now. If only there was some gases he could take. Just kidding, guys. It's obviously a very mineral-focused style, this Mass Zealot, kind of wham-bam, thank you, ma'am style. I think with so few Vikings, it's near impossible for BYUN to hold on, but Creator should be a bit more active, poking with his Colossus and baiting stims. There's only like 3 or 4 Vikings. He should be baiting stims, getting these engagements, or big Widowmine, but Stalkers do blink. Zealots trying to pull back. SCVs have been pulled. Good micro for Creator. Oh, I like Creator's micro there. The way he pulled back the Zealots there, and then Colossus, and then engaged all at once. And then all the Vikings go down. They didn't focus fire. But you need more Zealots. You need more Zealots here. He's trying to stutter step away. The Colossus probably going to go down here. If he gets a few more Zealots, it's going to be so costly. And oh, man. Absolutely beautiful. That was a textbook engage for Creator. Creator is one of the most methodical engagement players where, like, it's not like off-the-fly muscle memory. It's really cleverly planned out and predicted efficient maneuvers. You know, the way his units micro there was just so nice. He uses hold position better than most players, as well as chat's pointing out. He's so... I love his style, man. It looks like a guy, an army that's executing like a very well-practiced tactical maneuver, you know? He's the Mongolian guys pretending to break and riding away on their horses and then turning to flank the opponent and surround them, you know? Take the gas, says chat. I love that he took this base and didn't take the gas, guys. Pure insanity. Only 40 workers here. Stalker's trying to blink back. The bio coming forward. These Colossus have just got so much damage. 13 kills, 17 kills. He's killed 4 Colossus this game, but so many tanks, everything. Zealots running by on the bottom base as well. And that's going to take us to game 5. All right, guys. BYUN in the top right side of the map. Creator in the bottom left side of the map. It is Defender's Lab, and we are going to have Creator looking for a proxy barracks before heading across the map. And also, dude, guys, who engineering bay blocked Creator? That he is down here 15, 20 seconds before his Nexus, like every game, with his probe, just like furiously looking around for an SCV coming into eBay block. I used to do this reaction as well. I actually like this reaction. I hate getting blocked on my expansion. I kind of love that Creator also hates it. Oh, Command Center before Marine. That Command Center timing tells you as Creator he's not going Reaper. Because that was 1 minute 35. They can't afford a Command Center before 1 minute 38 unless they are not building a barracks unit when they start it. They would only do that if they're going to be building a Marine into factory, because with this build, you naturally need to wait for this 50 gas anyway. So you see, even with pausing barracks production, he still has to wait before building the reactor. And that's something where Creator should know that detail. which means he doesn't need to worry about being defensive. He could completely skip chronoing gateway and just chrono probes it, or you can still chrono, but use those units to go get aggressive, since you know there's nothing defensive you have to worry about. Now, Creator's still scouting for proxies, maybe thinking about doing his own proxy. Interesting. Some people are betting hard on the power of Protoss in Game 5. Obviously, people making predictions with their channel points in the live audience on Twitch. Yeah, I think Creator could bring it back. I didn't really give him a high hope at the start of the series, but he's very confident with this, just like, I will smash through you if I get a good enough start. And it's that same commitment which I've seen allow him to headbutt his army to death. I think if he doesn't have a good start, he's not way ahead in the mid game. I just want to make... I want Creator to go Disruptor's Storm, more splash damage, play more dynamic style, try to get to DTs, you know, let BYUN get on the map and dance with him there. Don't just headbutt into the defensive setup. It's worked well when he's ahead of BYUN and he can bash him through him, but yeah. I kind of wish we had a bit more time, because we're casting live. I didn't have time to rewind. I wanted to check when BYUN dove on his army. How many units did BYUN lose for that? Was it a good or a bad trade, guys? Because it felt like a pretty evenish game up to that point. BYUN had the gold-based advantage, but obviously Creator, you know, there was a Cyclone and 3 tanks build. It was a pretty safe gold-based build. Felt like a pretty even game, but maybe BYUN threw too many units away. Did get a full medevac on the escape as well, which definitely turned things in his favor. If he didn't get that medevac, I think it was good for BYUN, yeah. It was actually 2 nearly full on the retreat, wasn't it? Oh, it was actually to his own Widow Mine that blew it up as well. I didn't notice it was the Widow Mine. I was like, damn, a lot of that died. I didn't realize it was to his own Widow Mine. Oof. It was almost like the sickest move ever that BYUN pulled off. And sometimes you got to make a high-risk maneuver. So you never criticize a player for that and going, what an idiot. Why would he take that risk? You kind of go, slightly better execution, slightly better escape, something like that. You probably get out of there. Maybe unburrow the Widow Mines. Double Widow Mine drop's going to rotate around. It was only 2 Stalkers, so he could have committed on it, but 2 Stalkers and a Sentry in the main. BYUN's going to play this very safe. He wants to preserve the hit points on that medevac. Takes 2 Stalker hits. He's going to take a 3rd from this one. Yeah. 4th even. Oof. Only 5 Stalker shots to death on that medevac. Very, very vulnerable. Marines, what are you doing? You have no business being on the map at this stage. I think he was hoping he'd run into a Stalker and it would just kind of scare Creator. But Blink is almost done. He's got to be careful. Charge starts up for Protoss. Charge will not be forgotten this game. Of course, this is going to be more of a standard, I think, 8-gate 2-gas style. He's already building his shield battery very early on. Battery's so good with Blink Stalker Micro, of course. Spotting Pylon. Is it going to be in time? Raven's going past. He sees it. Yep. Pylons have excellent vision. For those who don't know, if you really hate the Balance Council and their legacy in StarCraft, what you really hate is Pylons having amazing sight range. That's like the main legacy of the Balance Council. Ooh, 4 probes with the Widow Mine drop. Very fancy. Medevac did go down, though, so these guys will not escape. I think they gave Pylon 2 different vision advantages, right? Buffs, or was it 2 or 3? Pylons went from like 8 to 10 vision or something like that? 8 to 9 and then 9 to 10, I think. Pylon best scouting unit 2026. 2 auto turrets go down. Ooh, Stalker's going to tank a bit of damage there. Doesn't quite die though. Shield battery in the main will deflect from any future. And the Raven there with only 3 kills and a bit of mining time. Nothing too crazy. 3 more gateways are building, so it's going to be 8-gate. Creator tends to be very slow to transition off of this style, but he kind of loves if you push early and he just jumps on you. It's going to go Forge Robo Bay, 6.5 minutes. Yeah, he always wants to deal with this with just Zealot, Stalker, Sentry. He's got an Immortal, 3 Sentries, 9 Stalkers, 6 Zealots. 8 gateways are transforming right now. He's building a 4th base. He sees the army. He's got to... He should be intercepting this with Stalkers already, in my opinion. Prism drop. Nice. Keeping things dynamic, making it hard for BYUN to handle. Raven rotating in the natural. There's a battery up there. These Stalkers could kill it, but Creator is, of course, occupied with the army on the front. He can't keep letting him get position. Ooh, is that good force fields? He does trap a bunch of Marines. A lot of the Marine Marauder does get trapped behind a little bit. The Immortal could have walked over and killed that Siege Tank. That Siege Tank is very vulnerable, but at the same time, Prism Micro in the main base. I'd love to see this Immortal just walk up to there and just kill that Siege Tank. BYUN's position exceptionally vulnerable with the sentries going down. Oh, one sentry is left alive on red hit points. 1 hit point even. The Immortal's going forward as well. The Zealot's going to try to come and he's splitting from 2 sides, trying to get through the open so he doesn't take crazy damage. Good blink on the Stalkers. The Immortal does take a lot of damage. Gets one shot off from the tank though. It's a fake Colossus here, but the fake Colossus does okay. He recalled the Prism as well. He will shut it down. Doesn't get the dropship though. I don't know if he was a little slow on that blink. I think it was still waiting from the cooldown from having dodged the former Widowmine shot. BYUN gonna run south. Speedy zones all over Defender's Lab, guys. It's called Defender's Lab, and yet it's filled with boosty zones that do enable you to dive on your opponent's army and crush it if they're not expecting it. BYUN locked onto his own reactor with the Cyclone. Oh, really? Did he? That's hilarious. Oh, that's... And he's not repairing it! BYUN! Not in Game 5! For those who don't know, guys, sorry, we're just going to call in Pig, BYUN fanboy for the BYUN Excuses crew. BYUN was streaming for 5 hours from 1 a.m. to 6:30 a.m. Last night. He then raided Pig's stream and then decided to play this tournament just a few hours later. So I don't think he slept, and therefore he's feeling very sleepy, and this is not his best play. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you, BYUN fanboy excuses guy. We know BYUN stays up all night to play this tournament every single week. We know he hasn't slept. It's like a few hours past his normal bedtime. I honestly don't think it's that far past his normal bedtime. BYUN stays up all night all the time. So I don't know. Does it affect him? Yes. Creator, probably the kind of guy who's actually woken up early to play the tournament. Creator has always been a bit more of a normal, hardworking adult compared to a lot of the other pro gamers who are degenerates when it comes to their sleep schedules. So it's gonna... Oh, get some damage. Ah! Ow, 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 ow. Okay, 3 SCVs is not the end of the world. BYUN's trying to out-multitask him. He split his army up. That's a lot of Colossus, though. This army's also outnumbered. Dude, this feels like Creator just has map dominance now. Get some Marauder there as well. This is really good, man. Widowmine could get a boomy. Good splash. Takes a lot of hit points off those Zealots. Dude, that reactor going down might be lethal. BYUN's kind of frozen up right now. He realizes the reactor's missing. He's probably like, what happened? He probably didn't even realize. He's going to quickly swap it around, build another starport, go double eBay Armory. He's not there yet. Creator isn't going to give him time. Extended Thermal Lance, 3 Colossus, 15 Stalkers, 24 Zealots, 2 Sentries in a Prism. The power of Protoss compels you! But the Buyer's Stutter Step was good. Unfortunately for BYUN, he has no tanks and only 1 Viking. Afraid of fighting with anti-armor missiles, though, is Creator. Oh god, he's getting jumped on. He could have force fielded that. He's way too slow on the force fields. Oh no! BYUN, with the double anti-armor missile, gets a really slick defense from a position where I thought he was kind of screwed. Now, some people in the last game were pointing out he actually delayed his double Viking production to go 2-2 upgrades against the guy who had Colossus that were murdering him. I think I agree with you guys. Vikings are probably more important than 2-2 right now. At least your next few Vikings. Got to get these 4 Vikings going. He's doing supply drops right now. He's going to try and build 2 more medevacs. He's already on 6. I don't think he needs more medevacs. I think he desperately needs more Vikings. 6 medevacs usually is okay as long as you're not dropping everywhere. It was 3 production cycles without a reactor on the starport, says chat, before he realized. So he's actually down a medevac and 2 Vikings from where he should be. Oof, that does hurt. First gets picked off by the Stalkers. Creator's really got nice micro. He's on 5 base, and he's also been pretty quick at starting. +3 attack. He does chrono the second forge. Hopefully he remembers since there's no fighting. He just came back and chronoed and almost finished +1. Hopefully, for his sake, he does remember +2, because that +2 armor starting is very important. He's going to build cannons right now. Okay, I got to question that, because I feel like, isn't he just going to headbutt? Okay, so maybe Creator's going to accept late game. I don't think so, though. He's building 14 gateways. He does start +2 armor, chronos it again. Very nice. I guess he's just adding cannons for a bit of insurance on the sides. Storm! No, he is. He is going to play a different style. He's going to go proper late game. He's going to play Disruptor Storm. Ooh! He's going to send a gigantic Zealot counter. Wow. Yeah, chat's been observing all of the different things. I always read chat comments. You guys have really insightful analysis. I always read those while I'm casting. You guys say something that I think is interesting. There's a lot of things going on in a StarCraft game. I can only observe and absorb so much with my brain. Oh, it's trying to pick off those SCVs. That's a really good run by. Gets a few of these expensive supply drop depots as well. It's a double depot snipe, another double depot, 24 workers. These zealots picking off some SCVs. BYUN. Feel like you should have just mineral walked those SCVs away. I don't know. Feels like this is unnecessary damage, guys. I don't know. He's got 9 Vikings now, which is decent. Oh my god, he's going to quad drop through the middle of the map into the army. GG! Dude, he is so lucky that he instantly reacted there. He spots the army. Oh. And he just used his boost. He literally loaded up 4 medevacs, boosted them directly into Creator's army, spotted it, turned it around, and just saved himself from disaster. Now, I've always pointed out how in this matchup, BYUN is an insane person with the drops. He always flies them directly through the middle of the map when he has no map vision and just hopes Protoss doesn't see it. And somehow he gets away with it more often than not. For many years, I've been talking about this. He'll have Stalkers containing him here. He'll pick up a drop here and fly it like this way. Straight past, like just, he'll go as minimally out of the Stalker's vision as possible. If they happen to move north, they'll just get a full medevac for free. But he's like, yeah, this should work. There is a comfort with taking insane risk that BYUN has in this matchup that very few Terrans have. Makes him kind of difficult to play against. Ooh, he wants to flank this army, man. Oh, he wants to flank that army. Oh, he can F2 it. He can F2 it. This is an F2. Oh, watch this. Anti-armor missile comes in. Huge bio flank. He sees the Protoss army and he sandwiches it. Oh my gosh. Creator did not know where the Terran army was exactly. BYUN glimpses it, scans to confirm, finishes breaking the rocks, and F2 stim A move, drop EMPs, spread a bit against the splash of the Storm and the Disruptors. It is so rare that you have the luxury of being able to F2 stim A move in the late game. But he recognized that opportunity and he immediately dove on it. BYUN did not hesitate. If he hesitated, Creator would have got out of that situation by moving away across the left ramp. But Creator ran in the wrong direction. He ran north into the middle of the surround. And I got completely shut down for it. I don't know if Creator could have escaped either way. He had to move down into the left. But really hard situation for him to answer. Scan such a powerful... Terrans complain about map hack observers in the mid-game. Protoss complain about a Terran just clicking a scan and seeing everything that goes on. But dude, that defense was amazing. Do you guys see the tail end of that fight? Disruptors landing, Stalkers, Zealots, cannon batteries from both sides. Back to even supply. Protoss up 10 supply. Protoss has expansions all along both edges of the map. Creator's still winning this game. What in the... Is he? I don't know. I said that and I'm immediately like questioning, but maybe? Like, the Nexus survived. He only lost this base, which wasn't that important. I think he's maybe winning. He's got High Templar with Storm and Cannon Battery around the edges. You siege here. He can kill it with the Stalkers. You can storm that. I would have stormed it. All right, that's cool. Stalkers will clean it up. Nicely done. Finds a command center here, forces it to lift, doesn't want to dive on it though. And this is the point where I'd love to see Creator scatter a few High Templar Disruptors around the middle of the map. Just so you can kind of pull them in from random angles to catch BYUN with a flank of splash damage. Much like he just caught you with a giant army of Bio Ghost Viking from 2 sides. If you can catch him with a surprise Disruptor or Storm, that could be good. Problem is BYUN's on 5 base, now 6 with this one down here. That's a lot of bases. BYUN has a massive base count. DTs would have been really good when he was getting set up here, but now he's got turrets in most places. He's pretty well set up. Why does Creator have a base there? Creator's decided to expand along the edges because Terran was kind of dominating the middle of the map. It does mean, hey, if you give up this side, it means the bottom side is probably not under as much pressure. Ooh, that's a lot of Stalker corpses on the south. Storm could be very good for zoning. Look at this. BYUN runs around him. He's going to use the boosty zone to cut him off. Wow, very cool. BYUN says, yeah, come back and defend your base, idiot. Oh my gosh, really well played. Very well played. This command center will go down over here, though, if he's not careful. Oh, Bio finds a Colossus, accidentally A-moved on a planetary. Tries to run away, but it can't get away. Speedy zone's pretty good for both sides. Oh, Creator's bringing his army, and he wants to catch these boys. He wants to catch these boys. All the medevacs are here. Can he escape? He picks up. He tries to load away. The Vikings will kill a Colossus. The rest of the Terran army's coming in. Storm's landing on it. Dude, what a mess. The Colossus are rallying in and getting picked off. This is an absolute hodgepodge of a fight. It's a drunken orgy of a battle. And you know what? BYUN drinks soju for breakfast. He has soju before he goes to sleep and after he wakes up in the morning. And a drunken orgy is, whoa, not actually that good. Not if Mass Zealot comes from behind. Creator says, drunken orgy your face. 20 Zealots, a massive warp in coming from behind. He catches the ghosts as well. This game is not over. The Nexus survived down here. He's going to deny this base. What is going on? This is PvT, action-packed, barn-burning, brawling action at its finest. And I'm very impressed by both players. I keep thinking one guy's just going to die, and then it just does not happen. Creator had a big lead earlier in the game. He got his army caught in the middle of the map. But then he defended the push, which BYUN was hoping to win the game with after that. And now they're going back and forth. There's no High Templar. Okay, so unfortunately, in high-stress situations, we can see there's not enough gas. There's only 600 gas coming in a minute, and a lot of players forget about High Templar in high-stress situations. Yet high-stress situations are where High Templar are the god unit. You guys know I'm a massive High Templar stan. I love my High Templar. He's going to have his gas denied down here. That's unfortunate. 2 new gases going down. Zealot Stalker headbutting in. Can they kill this base? Zealots will attack repairing SCVs now, but it's not super consistent. Like, they really should just be attacking it, but they're derping out. Oh, look at this. Zealots running in over there. Bio denies this base. He does lose a planetary and 27 SCVs. A lot of Protoss units may have gone down. Not that many, really. Income? 2,500 minerals for Protoss. Protoss needs to take the middle base. Wow, you can tell BYUN's panicking because he just EMP'd here, guys. The Stalkers are over there. This base needs to get taken for Creator, and indeed, he's queued it up. Both sides are max. BYUN has a monstrous army, though. He's down 31 workers, yet they're both maxed. So 31 extra army supply when they're maxed is a pretty damn big issue. There's 3 Colossus. There are 5 Vikings. Not enough to shut down the Colossus, but enough to be a decent counter to them, especially if EMPs land. It really is all about, if you don't make Disruptor High Templar, you can't win this game as Creator. And Creator, he's trying to play Mass Zealot Stalker Colossus with the occasional Disruptor mixed in. Should be a good push for him, I think, but the bio positioning is really nice behind the mineral line. And you can see BYUN focused a bunch of the Stalkers down. Oh, man. Oh, man. Creator overextended, I think. He's lost a ton of Stalkers there. He's now going to lose a Colossus. He's got to fight with the non-Colossus units here and let them cover the Colossus. But the Colossus are going to get gunned down. Oh, and this is a really good catch for BYUN. He's overextended. There's no gas for Creator, no money left. And that is going to be that. The Zealots and the Stalkers can't contend with such a massive army supply advantage. You need great storms, great disruptors, an immense amount of gas scattered across the entire map in order to defend these situations. What a crazy fun final game that was, though. From BYUN's massive surround in the middle of the map to everything that happened before and after it. What a fun game this was. Let's rewatch some of the best fights. You guys remember when the first fight was in the middle, where he caught him, guys? I think it was like 13, 14 minutes, maybe? The really big one, surround. There's a bit of a few one-sided slash quicker run through the tournament earlier, so I'm glad we got some epic games towards the end, guys. This is it, right? Okay, guys, so this is that moment where Creator just doesn't know. It's just an information. I don't know if you noticed the rocks going down. These Zealots get caught. If his army here keeps moving left, he's fine. But look, this choice to move back to the right, he has no idea that there's an army coming through right here. Right here. Right here, right here. Blinks forward. And then, oh, you're behind me? So he tries to move north to get away from these guys, and he moves, like, into those guys. And even though he lands very quick storms, disruptors, guardian shields, the anti-armor missile as well. Crazy. Sick engage. And that was such a beautiful engagement there for BYUN. But then look at this defense he stitches together down here. He throws a zoning storm, buys him a few seconds. The disruptors get focused a little bit, but they survive. Another disruptor goes out. So he's slowing BYUN down, forcing multiple stims. So the army's already heavily damaged just from this splash damage. There's a lot of like indirect damage that happens in PvT where they're stimming and dodging and stimming and dodging and stimming and dodging. And then by the time the actual fight happens, all the Marauders are on like 50 hit points rather than 100 hit points, you know? And it doesn't sound like a lot, but it's a friggin' huge difference. the Vikings are focusing disruptors, which was hilarious there. And then, yeah, Cannon Battery, Zealot Stalker, 3-2 upgrades against 2-2. Beautiful hold there from Creator. That was really well done. What a banging game, guys. Fantastic match. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Catch you in the next one. Goodbye and good night. And hats off to you, BYUN. I have to pay you more money, yet again, like I do almost every week. GG, well played.